The 2025 Aston Martin Vantage isn't just an update, it's a statement. A statement that Aston Martin is no longer content with being the beautiful face of performance. Now, it wants to be the backbone of it too. And based on our first full instrumented test of this beast, it's clear that the Vantage is bringing more than just looks to the fight. It's bringing firepower, finesse, and fury. Let's dive in. If you've been following our coverage, you'll already know that the latest Aston Martin Vantage arrived as a coupe for 2025, with the Roadster version coming in 2026. But here's the headline. Aston isn't chasing luxury grand touring this time. Instead, it's doubling down on building serious performance machines. And with 656 horsepower under the hood, it's fair to say, mission accomplished. Now let's talk numbers, the kind that matter to true enthusiasts. At the heart of the new Vantage lies a Mercedes AMG-sourced 4.0-liter twin-turbo V8. But don't make the mistake of calling this just another AMG engine. Aston has reworked it with larger turbos, reprofiled camshafts, a lower compression ratio of 8.6 to 1, and a revised cooling package. The result? A huge leap in output. We're talking 656 horsepower and 590 pound-feet of torque. That's a massive jump from the previous model's 503 horsepower and 505 pound-feet. Aston Martin claims a 0 to 60 time of 3.4 seconds and a top speed of 202 miles per hour. But are those numbers real, or are they just marketing hype? We strapped on our test gear to find out. With traction and stability control off, the car in Sport Plus mode, and a launch from 2,000 RPM, the Vantage rocketed from 0 to 60 in exactly 3.4 seconds. No drama, no chaos, just clean, savage acceleration with a soundtrack that could wake the dead. It's loud, it's raw, and it's deeply satisfying. But make no mistake, this isn't a wild, tail-happy muscle car. It's calculated, composed, and blisteringly fast. That smoothness carries through the quarter mile, where the Vantage clocked 11.2 seconds at 132 miles per hour. By comparison, the 2021 Vantage Roadster we previously tested did it in 11.9 seconds at 119.3 miles per hour. That's a serious improvement. We also tested the new Porsche 911 Carrera GTS T-Hybrid for comparison. It hit 60 in 2.6 seconds and the quarter mile in 10.7 seconds. Sure, the Porsche is faster off the line, but remember, it also weighs 280 pounds less and has all-wheel drive. The Vantage claws back time as the speeds climb, thanks to its brutal mid-range torque. Now let's hit the brakes, literally. Our test car came equipped with optional carbon ceramic brakes, which performed best once warmed up, on a chilly morning. In Southern California's Angeles Crest Highway, the brake pedal initially felt soft, but as they heated up, pedal feel improved and stopping performance followed. In fact, the Vantage came to a halt from 60 miles per hour in just 99 feet. That's only 4 feet longer than the much lighter Porsche 911 Carrera GTS T-Hybrid. And now for handling. On the skid pad, the Vantage pulled a respectable 1.04 G. Not record-breaking, but solid. However, on our Figure 8 course, the car was a bit of a mixed bag. It turned a best lap of 23.3 seconds at an average of 0.94 G. For context, the Porsche managed 22.4 seconds at 0.99 G. Here's where things get interesting. The Vantage felt inconsistent in our Figure 8 test. Sometimes it rotated beautifully into corners. Other times, it plowed into understeer. Even with stability and traction controls turned off, corner exit power delivery felt muted, like the electronics were still intervening. We suspect this is due to a unique combo of mechanical grip, software dynamics, and the electronic differential. The transmission deserves a mention here. It's a conventional 8-speed automatic, not a dual clutch. During aggressive driving, it could be lazy to downshift. That's why we switched to manual mode, something we'd recommend for anyone driving this car hard. Interestingly, our experience at a Spanish racetrack last year showed a very different side of the Vantage. There, it felt alive, agile, and ready to rotate on command. So perhaps our unique figure-8 course doesn't flatter the Aston's setup. Let's shift gears and talk design, because you can't ignore how this car looks. Simply put, it's stunning. With wider fenders, aggressive lines, and Aston Martin's signature styling, this is arguably the best-looking Vantage ever. It looks exotic, fast, and rich, even when parked. Inside, the Vantage has also stepped up. The cabin blends technology with luxury. There's a digital driver display, a modern infotainment setup, and just enough analog charm to remind you this isn't some sterile German machine. Of course, no car is perfect. So here are a few quirks worth noting. First, the optional carbon brakes aren't as precise as the best out there, especially when cold. Second, the Vantage still isn't the sharpest handler at the absolute limit. Track junkies may prefer something more predictable, like a Porsche. And finally, the hood release is buried deep in the passenger footwell. Do you care? Probably not, but it's there. Now for the numbers that really matter to your wallet. The 2025 Aston Martin Vantage starts at $190,500. Our fully equipped test model? That'll be $265,000 or $300. That's a hefty price tag. But when you factor in the design, the performance, the exclusivity, and the Aston Martin badge, you start to see the value. To wrap this up, the 2025 Vantage is not just the best Vantage ever. It's one of the best sports cars Aston Martin has ever built. It's loud, it's fast, it's fun, it has character. And in a world increasingly dominated by sterile electric supermachines, the Vantage feels refreshingly alive. If you're looking for something that makes your pulse race, that feels exotic and unique, but still delivers serious track-ready performance, this is it. Sure, a Porsche might be quicker off the line, a Ferrari might draw more attention, but the Vantage? It's the proper driver's car, the one you buy with your heart, and still respect with your head. And here's a teaser. We've got a very special comparison coming soon between this Vantage and the 2025 Porsche 911 GTS Hybrid. You don't want to miss it. So, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications, because Shift Path is where performance lives. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next drive.